Alright, everybody, hello and good evening, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All. Hopefully, I'm coming through okay. Alright, wonderful. Let's make sure that we are all set and synchronized. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I think it might be off. Okay, yeah, it's off. It's nice and good. Alright, let's try this. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Snood. Alrighty. So, where we last left off, we were pretty much investigating circus grounds. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, we were investigating the camping grounds, trying to get our evidence for the trial, which is going to be today. And I vaguely remember what all the stuff we collected and what's been going on. December 29th, 9:43 a.m. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. Well, that's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a first impression. When I enter a room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying above fabulously and from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Oh my god, is he actually gonna do it? No, the case of Oh, what? Your Honor, get on with it! Oh, sorry, I just realized the defendant's name is Brother Bob Johns. So, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. Oh. My grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here would mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. Karma. The opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count! Did you hear me? You should still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I am not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix, right? I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now let's hurry up and wrap up this waste of time. Very well. You may call your first witnesses, Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there now. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you'd earn, Detective. Now, don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, detectives, you may proceed with your testimony. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. Is that proper procedure/terminology? The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebra in his neck. Ow. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Let me see what evidence I got here. Firstly, save scum. Okay. Go to the crime scene. We got the dead guy. Max's hat. Negotiations. Raise a week ago. Quote-unquote orange juice. Map of the circus. Money the monkey. Shiny objects. Cheap ring with an eerie sparkle. And the autopsy report. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Okay, that's it. Max, 21. Ben, age 31. Regina, age 16. Russell Berry, age 52. Mo, age 46. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the scene of the crime. Did it pile up? No, it wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about an inch and a half on the ground. Snow froze in place and sand on the ground until the next day. Snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Room 2, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? When you say all of the performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the Tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room. Oh, yes, that's over. Mo went back to his room tired from work. Mo was the clown. Yeah. Then the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. Ringmaster and Max went up to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately? That's suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay. Not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went. Wow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange looking wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? 20 pounds is not that heavy. Ask some questions. This wooden box, you figure out it weighs about 20 pounds, right? Sounds about right. The whole thing is lined with iron. Iron plating? Why do you think it's lined with iron? I figure they just did it to make bucks. Ouch! I think we could all do it without your guesses, Detective. Stick to what little you actually know. Sorry. Suffice it to say, the box is really heavy. Much better. Can you continue on, Detective? Can I ask the questions? You said the box was locked. Exactly how was it locked? Well, it had quite a sturdy lock on it. Took quite a bit to open that bad boy up. So, when you found the box, it was correct. It was locked, correct? Yes, it was. So the forensics team took it to the back of the precinct to crack it open. I'm sure. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's kind of a bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. the autopsy report the murder weapon was a blunt object. Correct. You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something that the perpetrator ran off with. I think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. All we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Ms. Von Karma, you may call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilla would show up on the stand as well. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Trillaquist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand one Benjamin Woodman ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I will grace you with a song. I'm not saying that. What a law exciting, daring, guilt, or innocence. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. What do you think? Had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics, so it leaves something to be desired, so to speak. Trilla, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off-chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order. I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting the customer out. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I meant clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? And the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You were sure of that. Without a doubt, he had a silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. You only have the hat. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Where's that? Here's the absolute proof. The silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Ms. Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. I'm sure there's a better way to say that. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. The clown, you're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, it was 9/10 of the way to kill him down for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being that first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It's awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking your nice warm lodging house been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix, right. I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. Well, this is what my teacher always said I was. That's when I saw Max and crime. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays. I'm talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort in preparing your questions. You saw Max and only Max, right, Cholo? That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. Max acquired a better son to make Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going at this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose could this witness have seen? That's the victim. That's correct. Churlo was at the entrance of the plaza. He should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone else would have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together into the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he just, as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony. Chilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is a part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Okay, I already got this. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been, hey, what time is it? Oh, I think that was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Would you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling me anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right. We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness is cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright? Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Was this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares what I was waiting for that? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Oh. Hope it made me a bit stiff, but he's right. Eh? All right. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than that. Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness is waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. All right, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quest told us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Were you, or were you not, waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of the puppet marriage is not under review for this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain! Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. Wait, how old is he? 31. Pretty much twice her age. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Do you? Do you really? We're going to propose to a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Wow, Judge. How old are you? Exactly. His honor is looking a little less honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, you may continue with your clock examination. What's with that sigh at the end? By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I was going to propose that... I was going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give to her. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was gonna give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow. Those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisco's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. Maybe something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever... Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in the black bathrobe. Whose pocket was it ringing? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? Sorry, really. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? So you were in the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? Couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm going to saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. What about this present? So, are you still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not going to give it up that easily. Hey, I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time we unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. George has that dazed look, confused look. Maybe he should get out more. You mean this ring?
Objection!
Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back, thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? What's going on here? That's... Say something! Huh? put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the room they put money? Like a bank vault? That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him! Mr. Quist, I would prefer you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money is really a monkey in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you, might be able to say that. The ring might have, could have been taken around that time. Just get jumped by the monkey. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. Has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide who has what. It's not for you to decide what has to do with that. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trillo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ban's fault. While he was fumbling away through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That's indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. An important point? What point could that possibly be? There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Well, then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Objection!
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. It's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Ha! I told you so many times, you think you'd know my story's not changing? You've already changed your story, stick boy. And I'm sure it will change some more. If there's one lie, there's usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. I give you that I was waiting for my... That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was Maximilian. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could make mistake. There's someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. And Money snatched the ring, and you weren't chasing after him. And you went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene then at 5-minute stretch. That's all right. Please proceed with your cross-examination. So you're only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I got 4, you know. 4. Four. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would slip by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. This judge is even more dangerous for a case in Trillo. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially if he was waiting for Regina. But what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that the practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time is it? Ooh, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ow! I'm not good at math! It was 10:10 p.m. Oh, yes. It sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obviously I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening. That's not. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Well, if you would keep your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performance. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Is that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being so nice to him? Strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I'd understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that you would ever say something that nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. Witness will resume this testimony. you are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already, jeez, I am 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right?
Hold it!
3 symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, just how many times have you asked that question by now? You're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses! Thank you very much. You didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in this testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have proof to make something stick? All you can do is try, right, Nick? Gotta have something that will be useful. Shotgunning.
Objection!
No, that wasn't good.
Objection!
Here we go. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. We just had an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way that this puppet, this lewd, would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Objection!
Are you saying that this witness is lying? He's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the scene of the crime? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Can you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? Correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe that the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he truly had met Max that night, there would be no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trilla made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? Would the friends kindly explain to who was it that Trilla saw that evening? Considering the ill temper of the witness, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. She's 16. No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilla would have been given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh. No. I suppose you got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim itself, was it not? You're correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilla. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order, order. How do you respond to this? Wait a second. At first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it's high time we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. Problem is identifying who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that saw the... Prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols. These symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone all together now. Ow! Yes, we know. Silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
Objection!
A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness had endlessly repeated that he saw Max's three symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been anyone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Von Karma? Do you have the clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point on this one. That is very unfortunate. What? Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... What? Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Yes, very well. Court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I'll request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Now you need a cigarette. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. Oh, there's a hanger that has Max's stuff. That's when the ringmaster headed to the crime scene, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double. Wow, Max. I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? I have no idea how hard it was to make the decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why should you just call him a pitiful clown? He just do like the local menacai. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Oh, he's just like knocking around his old carrot. Ah! Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited for this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it is easy to see your occupation, please state a name of the court. I know how to speak. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign says no shoes, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Hang on. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How's that one? What a couple. Your name. Goins Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yes it is. Very well. Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? Rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into... Without the humor, please. Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogy self in court. I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and a polite applause. No one ever laughs at my jokes. I've been taking a laugh at mine myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone! What do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you, I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that's settled. Shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. That night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep. Before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching him, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this way witness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how to say, off kilter. Almost like there's some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That's because of my insincere smile. That's right. Please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. You gotta find some kind of contradiction in this testimony. I know that. That's right. Your Honor. I'm afraid if you push the witness too far, it would end up would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. No promises. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm the one with corny jokes. You said that practice racked up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock? That's something the clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend that it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. You know you want to hear a joke? A man goes to his doctor, and the doctor asks, "How is number one?" The man says, "Every day it's abs." What's the matter? Witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should save for that detective. Ow! You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that. Oh, dang, okay.
Hold it!
So what happens if I... let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clown around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. And 3, I'll get whipped. Although I kind of like the third one. What? Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring.
Hold it!
You were pooped that night? Yes, I'm very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that? As I say, it happens. Elementary school, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. Shit! Okay, so I can't push at all.
Hold it!
You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say, I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeball. Mr. Curls! Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? Exactly why did you look out your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah! I forgot about that. Forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound, not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that, though, didn't I? Ow! That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. You should start turning the tables in our favor. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. No, how'd you know I was going to make a joke? I guess that sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit. What then? You looked out to look out the window and you saw. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far were they? Let me think about that for a second. My room is here. They look about yay big, so I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. That's right in the plot. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night and cut down the visibility. I see. Please continue the testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
Hold it!
You'd say you clearly saw them, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I've been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Ms. Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong that Max is always wearing his uppity symbol? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. No one ever wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a colony. Oh, yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will witness please testify as to what he saw and only what he saw?
Hold it!
You say you saw the Ringmaster get clonked over the head. Yes, I did. It was the climax of my story. That's a completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found in the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see the weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the weapon? Did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night?
Objection!
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this matter. You'd better have an excellent excuse for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. That's a big penalty, too. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So, what will he be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What was the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. Yes, sir, that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. And I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the Ringmaster over the head. It must to be believed that when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone. Mr. Carlton, respond to Mr. Wright's assessment. They didn't commit. These clowns properly escaped from the next scary clown car. Carlton, you're reciting the C-Team's theme to anger this court. The what? C-Team? Is that supposed to be a play on the A-Team? No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. Subsequent witnesses always seems to have a selective memory. Just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Prosecution helped me fill in the gaps in my statement. Von Karma? Tampering with the witness again. So now you are saying you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster was already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as you say. Mr. Carls! Your Honor? You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still said you saw the criminal. Correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify this is silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I catch even a hint of a joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially when you saw his uppity symbols. Silk hat, black cloak, they were all there. His face was still silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes? It was decisive testimony. Was Max really at the scene of the crime at night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination. Don't you think it was that you were going a little overboard to how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max. An awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who lies about so serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he's jumped to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? Trilla said the same thing. But if it was just symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I saw, I said, is... Exactly what I said, I saw exactly what I saw. I saw exactly what I saw. At the tongue twister. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? Actually, owls, I think, have really great vision at night. But that's not all I saw. You were able to see that kind of detail from the window?
Objection!
There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, though, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hot out of my left eye, and eagle out of my right eye. Our records say his eyesight is perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like. I thought it actually was.
Hold it!
So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon. No, for sure. The claiming was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. Trill's testimony and now knows. It really seems like Max is the killer. Man, you've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that'll help. I've got to do it. What happened to the cloak? Where'd that go? Hey, look, this has to be used, but I have no idea where.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Objection!
No. Dang it.
Objection!
No.
Objection! Objection!
Alright, I might need a hint on this one. Wait, black?
Objection!
You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so, the silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximum Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay, everyone get ready, all together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses! What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw and then saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pile upon it? Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Order, order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses of a person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he's still able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed that. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these the white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I've got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but that's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all three of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's obviously no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now, what am I supposed to think? I'm supposed to disregard the witness with this? Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters, so let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Not mature? I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, the remaining 1% of a doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? There are no contradictions in his next statement. I'm prepared to issue a ruling. Ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. There's no doubt in my mind there were no red roses in that night. However, all of the other symbols are there. I'm equally sure of that. Equally the silk hat. There's no way I could see the decorations on it. I was wearing that entire thing. Wearing the entire time he was on the scene. Where did I find the hat? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you want to prove me that there's a contradiction in Mr. Crow's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Found at the crime scene.
Objection!
This one happened to be the silk hat you saw that night, wouldn't it? Would it? Yup, that's it. That's the night he was that's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem? That's all right. Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Crime scene? That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified on the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No, it's not true! Oh, geez. Tad Mazel Tov, thank you for the raid. Everybody, welcome. Welcome. We're playing some Phoenix Wright Justice for All, and I'm doing some voice acting here. How y'all doing? What were you, building some Gunpla? Shut up, here we go. also doing voice acting. Oh, you were playing Xenoblade. Nice. Never played a Xenoblade game before. Yeah, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Where was I? Coffee. Always fun voicing like 20 characters. Yeah. It's fun, but boy does it not do a number on your voice.
Order, order, order! Mr. Carls,
Yes, Your Honor.
what is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's just not right. So harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? A lot happened tonight. We found out that there were doppelgangers already in our dwindling society. Uh-oh. What do you mean by that? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight and memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because of the... Oh, jeez, there it goes.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Carls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. I was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing that dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. Nothing worse than watching a crowd cry. Yeah. He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo, what do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? You went... What do you mean, how did you leave the scene of the crime? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Objection!
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
You've got a point. Let's see what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? Let's see what we got here. Earth got destroyed in the middle of two rates of... Oh, yeah. So Wall's humanity was sent on a bunch of escape ships. The running of energy crashed, landed in the foreign planet. The hospital hunting us until we found out that there are ones which can disguise themselves as anyone. Xenoblade X. Is this the recent one that got... is this the one that got remastered recently? Or was that a different Xenoblade game? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what?
I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to hop on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene?
Yeah, exactly. I got it right here. The footprints.
Take that!
It was released for the Wii U, but it was remastered for the Switch for like the 10th anniversary. People actually get... Okay, so yeah, I've seen Ursa Marita play that recently, so it was like the first couple of hours, so I did get the premise for it. It looks fun. Look at this photograph! The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Ay, 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 ay.
So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene?
He,
I did the Wii version a few months ago, but abandoned it because the Wii version sucks and has nothing else. Very fun. The silly little side quests. Combat system is pretty addictive. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I saw. Like different class systems, you'll be able to use different weapons. If I didn't have so much on my plate in matters of wish list / backlog, I might pick it up. But right now, it's in matters of games on the Switch, the Lunar Remastered is kind of in my sights. Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike out all of the witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came into court.
Wait just a second. You guys just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. It's kind of weird. You, wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are getting worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls,
Yes?
the testimony you provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's
just what?
just I was a bit confused about the bit I saw about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and Whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Order, order. I will have order. Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you have to about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not going to believe this, but it's true, I'll tell you. Try not to waste your time with your try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Matt was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing his silk hat. And that's when I saw he probably flew. I must go now. My people need me. That's the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Blind people don't leave footprints. But I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Oh, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, There's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
It's a thing. It could have been made to look like it was Max. Hence the cape and all that stuff, and the hat just happened to come off as he took off. What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he's telling the truth.
That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means Max actually used magic.
Thanks, you're right.
Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such foolish fools. What? Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish dream. The ridiculous magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. I disappeared into the night, into the sky, I do believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
Imbecile!
If we disregard a proof needed for proof, this one calmless case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. With an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that is enough for today. Court is adjourned.
Did I really just get through that? Hey, sweeties. What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. No, I use invisible wires that have them hoist me through the air. Wow. You just told me the secret to your magic. No! I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? We can do now is hope we can find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch the sucker. Damn right I'm gonna save. Seriously, how did I get past through all that? Like... Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep. Magic tricks are, by their definition, tricks. Right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. Well, that's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearlie showed me was incredible. Was it a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Well, let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. She didn't. The most. I wouldn't call that a magic trick, more just like a simple dad slash uncle joke that every single one knows. Probably the first one they'll ever know. And they just can't wait to pull it on their own son, nephew, nieces. Hell, I'm guilty of it. First, she put her right thumb next to her left hand and it just separated. She's moving up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? This has to be in the anime. I swear to God. Oh God, I gotta watch the anime. I need to renew my subscription to Crunchyroll. Not matter. Why is this tickling me so much? See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of murder. You take all the fun out of magic if you try and figure it out. Alright, I'm gonna give my voice a rest. I'm gonna stop here for the night. I'll pick this up again tomorrow. Oops. I saved one. We'll save one more. Alright. Goodness. Yeah, no, it's quitting. I'm starting to crash. Anyways, thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, Tad, for the raid. And oh, I forgot to change that. Hang on. That's the right credits with the wrong background. Hang on. Where is it? I'm not doing Gunpla tonight. There we go. We got Miss Von Karma. Anyways, we'll continue with more of this tomorrow. We'll do the investigations and see how where that takes us. Gundam Ace Attorney crossover when? Anyways, yeah, more of that tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll actually, if I can get it set up and prepped properly, Wednesday will be the first session of my Let's Play of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. That's the old LucasArts point and click adventure games, kind of a prelude to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I still need to get. But yeah, that'll take the Wednesday spot, and then on Friday we'll be back with more Gunpla of the Gundam Dynamis Master Grade build. So that's something to look forward to. Other than that, thank you all for joining me tonight. If you like this stream, you can head on over to the following links. Actually, hang on. Is there anybody? Who can I send you guys to? Oh, here we go. I can send you guys to Doc. I can remember how to do it again. while I figure this out, I'll do my outro. So yeah, that is not the right button I wanted to push. Anyways, the first link will take you to the Lazy League Discord, where you'll be able to find the rest of us, such as Oh Hey Mike K, the Batquin, Gummed Off the Gray, and many others in our circle who also stream. There's a lot of fun stuff that goes on over there. What is it? Raid/at, I think. Is that the hang on. Twitch raid. Oh no, it's just Twitch channel. Okay. But yeah, the first link will take you to the Lazy League Discord. On the rest of us, a lot of fun stuff that goes on over there. I mentioned watch parties. We haven't been able to do Lazy Anime for like the past 2 weeks. Hopefully, we can get back onto it this week once we get things sorted out. So I haven't got my card reissued, but yeah, we also got gaming news, movie talks, D&D talks, a bunch of other stuff. The second link will take you to the sister site for this channel, where you can be able to find the rest of more mental scripting is completely thrown off. More info and other upcoming streams that I have planned, as well as my archive of all the past streams that I've done, lead you to the YouTube channel, aka my VOD archive. You can also where you can find my first playthrough, first time playthrough of the first Ace Attorney game. I said that right. Among other things. If you got any questions, comments, concerns that you would like me to know about, or any suggestions that you might have me for future Let's Plays, Retro Nights, or Let's Build, you can head on over to the contact page and shoot them out to me over there. Alternatively, you can scroll down below or off to the side, depending on which platform you're watching from, to find the blue sky link to also reach me. Other links help support the channel, and other streamers who aren't connected or affiliated with the Lazy League. They're just ones that I like to watch and follow. Check them all out wherever you can. They're great. And again, thank you for joining me tonight. And I'm going to send you guys to Doc, aka Dr. Feelgood MD. He is currently doing a build of a Gundam-based limited kit, MG Eclipse Clear Edition, Clear version. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's a fellow Gunpla builder that I follow, fellow Filipino Gunpla builder. So give you guys just I don't really exactly have a raid message. I don't normally raid this often, but yeah. Hopefully that works. I think. Did I do that right? Probably not. I think I have to do the add symbol. Oh, I think that's the wrong. There we go. No, that's. There we go. Okay. Raid's going. Guys, check it out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Until then, take care. Love and hype. Life is good. Good night, everybody.